Hey, how y'all doing? That's cool. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Can we give another hand for the music? That would make me feel good. All right. Hey everybody, I'm Alex Hunt, and it's such a blessing to be able to share some of my experience with the Lighthouse Recovery Ministry here at Grace, and how it has had an impact on my family and I. I'm going to begin by telling you a little about my family and where I come from. I was born and raised here in Sanford. I attended Grace Christian School until 6th grade, and I attended church here my whole life. At home, we're a very God-centered house, and my parents were loving, caring people. They raised me to have morals and taught me right and wrong. I also love playing baseball as far back as I can remember, and I played my entire life. There came a period of time when I felt like I didn't fit in with other kids, and I just felt less than. I wasn't okay with me. I was uncomfortable in my own skin. Sometimes I just wanted to be someone else. Drugs and alcohol began to look very appealing to me. First time I drank, I thought it was exactly what I've been looking for. I felt like Superman. I felt like I fit in and I could do whatever I wanted. I believed that I was an addict long before I used drugs for the first time. And yes, I believe alcohol is a drug. The disease of addiction is progressive, incurable, and fatal. The drugs are just a symptom of my disease. I was also under the illusion from the first time that I used that I did it for fun and to feel good. I know now that I used because I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. It got progressively worse as I continued to make bad decisions despite the consequences. The first thing I lost in my addiction was my will and drive to be the best ball player I could be. And then school lost its meaning because I stopped trying. And then I just went to school to find ways and means to get more drugs. This disease manifested itself in all areas of my life. I robbed, cheated, and stole, and went against all my morals and values to fill this void I had inside of me. My complete and total self-centeredness took over my life. As I wrecked cars, dropped out of college, and completely destroyed every loving relationship I had in my life, the unmanageability became evident. Everyone around me knew I had a problem. I was the last to acknowledge it. And I was in total denial, and I could not put down the shovel and stop digging this hole I was in. It got to the point that drugs were all I had to live for, chasing the next high. One afternoon, my mom asked me to go to a Lighthouse recovery meeting at Grace with her, and I got very offended that she had the nerve to ask me that. I thought by going, everyone would know I had a drug problem, so I wouldn't go. I thought it would be a lot of people trying to get me to do things that I did not want to do. I was very scared and I felt alone. But Jacob, my best friend, asked me to go with him. And I was so tired of living this way, I agreed to go. The first Lighthouse meeting I went to, this guy I know told everyone he had 11 months clean. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. 11 months clean, in a row, clean and sober. I went back a few more times, but I couldn't hear the message because I could not stop using drugs. I was not willing to take suggestions from anybody. A few weeks later, I was arrested for possession with intent to sell drugs on April 14, 2011. They took me to jail. I was in a cell by myself when I looked at myself in the mirror and I didn't know who was looking back at me. I had the gift of desperation. Finally, a moment of clarity, and I cried out for help. I called my parents. They told me, no, we won't get you out. But they gave me two choices. I could get help or stay in jail. So I chose to get help. My mom had been going to the Lighthouse recovery meetings for quite some time before I ever knew, and way before I ever went. When the pain got great enough for me, my mom knew what to do.
Bless you, Lord.
A program of recovery is an active change in your thoughts, ideas, and behavior. We work the 12 steps to learn who we truly are and to learn how to practice spiritual principles in everyday life. Thank God my parents were working a program of recovery before I was. Because in the end, they were all I had to save my life. I can call my parents now and tell them what's going on with me today. I can talk to them about recovery. I can show them how much I love them today because I'm able to love today due to the God-given program of recovery. Now, we can enjoy each other's company. I look forward to seeing them now, and they look forward to seeing me. It's only through God's grace and mercy that I'm here and able to share with you my experience. My best friend Jacob lost his life to this disease. I had 90 days clean, and using never crossed my mind when I heard that he passed away. All through working a program of recovery, I can see now that losing my best friend makes it real that on any given day, that can be me. It pushes me to be the man that God intended for me to be. I don't have to use drugs today. I don't have to hurt the people I love the most anymore. We did this together, all of us. My mom and dad, my brother, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my recovery brothers and sisters, and all of you that pray for me. Thank you so much. I cannot do this alone. It's such an honor to be asked to speak and give my testimony to you today. This program of recovery has restored what was an almost non-existent relationship with my family. If it worked for us, it can also work for your family too. In our meetings, they say, don't leave 5 minutes before the blessing. Thank you for not leaving 5 minutes before the blessing. I no longer believe... me and my roommate say this. We no longer believe in bad luck and coincidences, but in blessings and miracles. My family can honestly say they're proud of me today. I love you all. Thank you.